Yeah. Good morning, it's Ros here. I just realised I haven't got the other light on. Let's see, I better do that. Does it make it better? In my hurry. Oh, goodness. You may be able to tell that I have only just got out of bed. I did sleep in a little later than usual because I had a really good night last night doing a sound meditation session with Sharon Bremner was hosting that at Strathalbyn, and I was the sound creation side of it, using my instruments to give that relaxation through sound vibrations. It's a wonderful session to go to, actually, but it means I end up being pretty tired because I'm walking around with a medicine drum and a flute and stuff like that. So bit of body ache, but it's all good because it's for a good purpose. Everyone there does really relax and get into the sounds and then the meditation, or the meditation and the sounds, whichever way it's organised each time. It was the second one last night, so it was lovely to experience that again and be part of it. So, and it was also why, for those that may have missed me mentioning that we weren't going to have the Friday's intuitive chat with Leanne and Roz last night. And the one person I forgot to tell was Leanne. Oops. But she's very forgiving, isn't it lovely? Lovely to have forgiving friends. Now, this morning, good morning to Keza. And good morning to Kim. Lovely to see you here. And good morning to Kathy. So far, we've got a lovely set out here with no cards done. So you're going to actually watch me doing the cards this morning. So certainly tune into your intuitive senses and your psychic senses and all those senses that you need to be tuning into. They are all just labels of how we understand what we are using. But it really is tapping into that the inner sense of how our connection with spirit is and what messages we exchange, because we are asking them questions at the same time as, I hope, pausing to listen for the answers or see the signs. Now, this is the deck that I'm going to be using. It's the Pixies Astounding Lenormand, that one this morning. As you can hear, it's actually in a tin. It's rather cute. I quite like it. And there's its gorgeous little guidebook that, as you know, hardly read. I haven't read it. Probably once, just to see if there was any different nuances with this deck that were suggested to what I actually understand the cards being. I usually put that on that side, don't I? And Kathy, Keza, you're saying, I missed you yesterday. I was working hard. You started at 5 a.m, but you're here today. It's good to see you whenever you can pop in, Keza, even with the replay. There certainly is the replay opportunity every time, unless it really does mark up. One of the days recently, YouTube only recorded for the first 2.5 minutes. I had to delete that one and upload a full one, at least what Ecamm, not Ecamm, this one, the Be Live, does go to. I'm doing currently to 4 different channels, 4 different destinations. So that's my profile, my Ros Bandy page, mytimetv.live, and my YouTube channel. So those who are on those other channels, your comments should be coming up, but it is okay to watch without commenting. Good morning, Shaz. Hopefully you rested really well. My body's aching. I think I need to train to do my sound therapy these days. It's too far in between, so I might do that. All right, what I'm going to do, did I clear the cards? I just did, and now I'm going to shuffle them again, just to say this is the card reading that we're going to have this morning with the Lenormand deck. Okay, so the way I'm going to do them, did I put them up the wrong way? Oh, it's to do with a lady. What's this lady doing? It'd be really cool if you guys would interact and suggest what's the next part of the story. And you're still, oh, so am I. You're relaxing. Oh, you're aching. Yeah, still lying down. You lucky girl. I did only just get up at about 5 minutes to 8. Woke up at 5 minutes to 8, and it was a hurry to get my hair brushed out. And I didn't do too well at that, so I'm not too fast. Send love to Sydney and prayers. Yes, so true, Susan. It is a rough time it's a rough time worldwide for it still. Good morning, Sarah. With the COVID, it's really rough. Can you see that card clearly? It looks to me like I've got a bit of sunlight glare there. So with the lady staying there, I'm just going to see, because this is the unknown of how I organise this lighting. And I have a piece of foam there that filters out some of the brightness. That's a bit better? Yeah. Okay, let's continue onward. And I'll move that up so I can actually get to it better. So, here we go. Oh my goodness, so it's up to 65 people, sadly. That is a fairly fast climb, unfortunately. Oh, yeah, certainly say prayers for Sydney, New South Wales, because it's that's the whole thing with the reach that this thing has. It can be so fast and further afield than we actually understand or expect, I think, is what's being revealed. Just saying a few right now. Okay. So the lady has brought herself into our presence this morning. So that could mean you. It could mean the feminine touch and nurturing and all of that that's needed on that front. It could be the healer, because as part of the nurturing and the energy that's put into healing, it tends to come from the feminine because of that gentleness, that looking in the shadows to find what is causing things and stuff like that. Yeah, huge please prayers. So thank you. Let's call out to everyone to actually share the prayers and also share this live stream too, even though I haven't done much yet, have I? Look, we've only got the lady out, and what information have we got already from input from those of you who are in the stream? Yes, there is prayers needed for our country, for global, and that this virus will end up. I'm actually feeling consuming itself and disappearing. That's what I'm going to put into it. And good morning, Mary. Lovely to see you here. A fellow shaman that can put some energy into that level of healing as well. With the lady being the first card down, I'll place that as being the energies that are going to be the major, a flow into what is going to, is cure a word really or not? It's going to bring about what is the end of the corona, that particular virus, cutting it down. Interesting card to have after the lady, cutting it down. What I'm even visualizing now in that mind's eye is that all the virus cells are shrinking and dying of their own, because there's just a completion, a finish, and a cutting down of it. There is going to be something popping up for that result. So yeah. Okay, thanks, Susan. Yeah, yes, please for everyone to be able to do what they can in the way that you feel led to pray, to send healing energies, to work your shaman magic, and all of that is within your skills and understanding. So here we've got the lady. She is busy at work, and I'm feeling those feminine energies, the healing energies, and that is going to, well, it'll harvest what's needed for what's coming up in your day to day, as well as cutting down anything that is no longer needed, as in the weeds and things like that. We have got a snake that's in the grass trying to keep things going and moving in what probably is an underhand way, or what probably is going to be creating just a little bit of havoc for you if it's in line with what the story is presenting, as far as what Susan's brought up with the positive COVID cases that are now in. Is that just Sydney itself, Susan, or is that New South Wales? Because I don't have news on in the mornings. I just don't watch it, don't have radio. It's a very quiet house except for the dogs and that bark, Inez and others. Good morning, Kat. Lovely to have you here as well this morning. So one of the things, though, that with the snake in the grass, they do serve a purpose in cleaning up vermin. So as far if, with a mouse plague and that type of thing, the natural predator of mice, of course, can be snakes. Snakes eat mice. So what we have here is things that can be cut down. There usually is some form of solution that is the balance of being able to clean up, being able to control, find that balance that's a more natural level of what needs to be occurring in nature. So I'm feeling that in itself, with what our bodies are going to be doing with our own immune systems building up its thingies. Oh, okay. So Wollongong as well. So it has spread out further, which is what I've mentioned before, Wollongong. Yep. Thank you for that. So we will have that natural balance come eventually of what is, because we're not germ-free, bacteria-free, virus-free at any point in time, because we are a physical nature. We are of physical nature that's going to have that, scattered across Sydney. Yep. Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks, Susan and Kim. And it's allowing, it's being as healthy as we can. It's being as aware of things happening around us as much as we can, that we can see and feel what is out of balance. And that is also within our own body as to what might be off, as far as health goes, as far as if we're eating healthily and as well as we can, exercising as well as we can, hydrating, drinking clean water as much as we can to keep that healthy balance, then our body is going to be naturally able, or should be naturally able. It's how biologically we're designed to have the body heal itself. So the immune system within us creates those antibodies and all that sort of stuff. I mean, the process is there for us to be healthy beings. I think that's where also we need to be mindful of how our soils are. I've got a bright sunshine now. It's almost fading out on my table. How our soils, the basis of life really is the air, the water, and the soil, Mother Earth. And we do need to keep Mother Earth as healthy as we can, because that's where some of those imbalances and originators of some of these bugs and viruses and all the rest does come into play. There's still no absolute known source for a lot of things as far as virus, bugs and stuff. We just need to trust that what we can do with it, with our current knowledge, is going to be the best, isn't it? And move forward with it. So here we have, my goodness, this is a story and a half we're creating this morning. I'm not sure if I like it. Here we've got the coffin. It is things moving off and away, and I'm labelling this is the COVID-19. It's off and away. And in relation to our own part of this for our own day, and this reading for our day, because remember, we are looking at these daily spreads in self-centric, because it's talking about our day, but it can also be how we look at our day and how we need to be putting our thoughts into the positives, because what we think becomes a reality. if you understand that process of thought and of how we live, then it really does lift the energy. It lifts the vibration of that is around us. And that then will magnify and move out into our family, our homes, the community, and further afield. It needs that energy, that form of higher energy to move that isn't serving us anymore. Now, the COVID, it certainly isn't serving us, but it's for some reason there is a purpose for it in the world at the moment. So here we are, we're moving it out energetically. You put your thought to that. We've got things that are around us that we don't need any longer with the coffin. And we're bringing our energy in our own homes. We start from self first, from where our base is, what is happening for us in our homes. Bring those prayers together with the family that you've got. We do start. Prayer is private. It is a personal level of sending our love to the universe. Where does prayer go? If you're labeling that the source you're praying to is Jesus Christ, then do that with all the love you can. If you're naming your source as God, Jehovah, Allah, wherever you're sending your prayers, do it with all the love you can, with all the faith that you can. It is being heard on that universal level of energy exchange. Of prayer is energy. It's that vibration of universal love, ultimate, unconditional love as well. Don't word your prayers with conditions. Just put it out there as, I pray for those who are suffering from the COVID. I pray for those who are handling their businesses, having struggles because there isn't the movement around because of restrictions. Whichever way you pray it for, but not if you, I will. That's not the way to pray. Okay? Put it out with love, and start from your home base. Start from the house is the heart. The heart is the heart. The heart is the center of the house. Start from there, and from there it will grow, and that energy will end up eliminating and getting rid of those energy. Excuse me, I've got to do a dive. I dropped that next card, and it's lovely and positive. Oh, that's a stretch down there. Whoa. Whoa, there we go with the moon. So the moon we've currently just gone past a full moon, so now we're going to be on the wane. So if we feel that energy, that put the prayers out, that's it, the 65 is it, the numbers are going to go down, as far as bring it down so that the energy of that is the negative is waning, and we can see the numbers lessen, that whatever the restrictions are that they put on it, which I haven't heard yet, that they're going to be relaxed, released, finished in very, very short time, in the minimum time that's needed to actually know that what is in process of bringing it back in, shrinking it, and seeing it go to be non-existent again, that is happening with that waning energy of the moon, with what is being shown to us. Still, I'm feeling too that because we don't see we only see the surface of what's happening around all this. We only get reports from media as they choose to, and they do. Let me put this diplomatically. So it's till next Saturday, the lockdown. It may be that it can be reduced. Put the energy out that that's what's going to happen. Put the prayers out that that's what's going to happen, that it will be reduced, and spread those prayers around. I'm trying to think. Media will hype things up because it makes a headline. I don't know so much that it sells newspapers anymore as such. I suppose they're being printed. I've not bought newspapers for mega years because I didn't want to waste the trees being cut down just so I can read a couple of pieces and throw it in the bin, or recycle it. I am a recycler. For me, they do. It does seem to be that bits and pieces are chosen as they want it to be glorified and, pronounced more important than the next story for the advertising, for the advertisers. So anyway, truth to media. Yes, it is, isn't it? Yes, yes, yes. I thoroughly agree. It's why I don't watch news and all the rest yet, because it is picked and chosen to be sensationalised. But there are many people behind the scenes who are working really, really hard. They're in the shadows. They're the ones that don't get mentioned, who are still doing the research. They're still working on trying to have, it's not just the vaccines that have been put out in the public and are being used now. There's other things that are being done to research to find a way to get this knocked on the head. So that's where we need to put our prayers too. Totally. Yep. So praying for the skills of those who are able to get into finding out not the cause, of finding out a way to eliminate this particular virus in all its forms and mutations as well. So Kim, so your son's working in the city. He's allowed to go to work, but he must stay at home and not socialise for 7 days. Might be different today if numbers have grown overnight. Yeah. It is keeping abreast of what is the legal ramifications of movement, because it is at a point of almost like martialism. No, what's it called? Now I can't remember the word for it. A control. It's a control. Did I move that? I thought I must have bumped it. Anyway, so we've just got to feel our thoughts moving in the positive. Bring those thoughts from the positive into prayers and action, just behaving in the way that we walk about and think and feel oh, goodness, I like that one. I'm going to put that right there in the middle. It's the whip, getting things moving. Martial law, that's it. That's the one. Yes, thank you, Kat. Martial law. Thank you, Keza, for that. Thank you. Yeah. The whip, actually, if I'm laying that over top of here, like putting it on the side is a very work-oriented, it is a doing in our thoughts and in our actions as well. When we see people that aren't wearing masks that should be, we should mention it to them. Look, could you consider other people and wear your mask, if not for yourself? In the home space, it's where it's starting. Start it from our home space. And then using the witch and the birch broom, we are going to be cleaning it up. We're going to have things moving forward that we are, moving it out of the existence of where we are at the moment. But these are going to be, or do I put it there? No, I'm feeling like it needs to be there. So it needs to be joining these two. So let's just move that out so we can see it clearly. The whip. It is action, it is movement, it's getting things done. So in the way that our thoughts are, in the way that we discuss things with others, bring in the positive, knowing that what we're doing with how we are putting our frequency, our thoughts and our frequencies up into that positive to knock down a virus, like it's a weed, and recognise too that there are other things that are happening that are going to actually eliminate it, like a predator does with the mice. That type of thing is what I'm feeling. Now, these things are in our home. It's part of what we may be needing to be responsible for ourselves in our day, in the way that our thoughts are going to move around when we hear any news about the virus, when we hear any discussions about it. Put in what you feel is a good balance of reality, common sense, even as far as the doing things like the masks and the washing their hands. Don't forget to keep doing that, doing those COVID sign-ins as we're moving into buildings and shopping, for those of us who are still able to have that freedom. And being responsible. We are a humanity that live on a very restricted source, because Our Earth has an atmosphere. It is a closed atmosphere, so that what does happen in this space and place has like the butterfly wings further around the world, and it can reach to the other side of the world. We don't know. Do you know the specifics of where air currents go, ocean flows, and all the rest that has, whatever we're needing for our breathing, our sustenance, and our living, where we actually lay our heads at night, that type of thing. So, look, hopefully this has been helpful, a very ad hoc, weird way of doing a reading, I can tell you. And thank you, Susan, though, for bringing to mind that there are sometimes things really, really important that we need to bring to the fore and put our focus on. And prayer is important. It doesn't have to be where you name a God. Universal energy is that the prayer energy does shift and move whatever is needed at some point in time. Sometimes we don't get the answers as we want them, but that's part of what life is. We continue to still say our prayers. I've just noticed my gorgeous little angel sitting on my desk. And even if for yourself that you can create a form of focus for yourself to pray to, just to have the energy flow. It really is that movement around and about energetically and physically, as we've found with virus. Keep it moving in a positive way. Put the love into it that you would like to see the result of your prayers in a very short time, for this one especially. So praying is the only way. For what our own skills are and where we're at, it is the only way. And using your healing energies, because prayer itself is healing, your own methods of healing energies. I know for Mary, she would be able to move into the shaman dimensions, as can I and others. Shifting energies in that way and seeing the positive results. Sometimes there are the power of positivity, yes. And Susan's saying, as you've been talking, birds have been around your apartment. And the biggest communicator of all really is the birds. When you sit and listen in silence, what you hear is birds, and you hear the wind. You feel the energies moving. Be that in what you're focusing on in your prayers today, that movement of energy, that frequency lift, and to have those vibrations be the healing energy that's going to rid the COVID-19 virus, well, any others that are of such a devastating level of, influence around the world, because the COVID-19, even its Delta form, even other mutations, are not the only ones that have devastation happening. The common flu can, with many people. It's still, there's so many that are on that level of deadliness, basically. So thank you so much for joining in with me here, please. Thank you. I just got distracted, sorry, from that one that's trying to scam. And of course, while I'm live, I can't get that I can't do the moderation on My Time TV, unfortunately. I'm assuming that's where this one is. So thank you so much for being here. Have a wonderful Saturday, because it is Saturday the 26th of June here in sunny Port Elliot, South Australia. And blessings to each and every one of you, and especially in your prayers for the sorting out of this virus. We haven't had it as big, well, then who knows, in history. Not all history is recorded. Thank you, Kim. You have a great day, each and every one of you. Thank you for being here. I hope to be a little early, like be a bit more on time tomorrow morning. I don't know. I am probably going to spend a little bit of time through at some point in the day. I know I've said it before, where I'll pop in with some other readings. I really do want to pop in with a Labyrinth Through Time set today, just to demonstrate it or show it or share it. I like possibilities of the readings with that one. And that's this tin. I think I have shown it before. Oh, now I've got to go back to that tin. I'll do it this way instead of clicking through my thingy. A lovely set that was created by Tea with Karen, by Karen Dalton Smith. Beautiful set. And I think the other thing that I will be putting up through the day today is the Whyalla trip that Leanne and I are going to be doing on the 6th, 7th, 8th of August over to Whyalla. So keep an eye out for that too. That'll be advertised. Not advertised, we just like to put it out there for those that can book in for that with us when we're there. So thank you. Keep being the best you that you can be. Namaste.